Hi there, Tenzi here. Today we'll make this grocery bag out of cotton and linen blend type of yarn. So it takes 80% cotton and 20% linen. It is 100 gram a skein, and I used a little less from the beige color and the whole green color. And I have this bluish left here. I bought it on clearance from Hobby Lobby, and it's 180 yards. Yarn. It's quite short, so one skein was not enough to do the whole body of the bag, but I liked it. Two-toned worked as well. It's very basic granny cluster stitch, which is actually made of 3 double crochets all in a group of 3. The strap is just double crochets all around that I connected at the beginning, and all you have to know is how to make a chain, double crochets, and a slip stitch. And that's pretty much it. It's quite an easy and a quick project that you can do. Since it's a 4-weight yarn, it goes really fast. And I wanted to check what's the size of the bag. So it's about 32 centimeters. Oh, this is about 13 inches, 12, a little less than 13 inches. So from side to side, from the bottom to that division of the sides of the bag, it is 9 inches or 23 centimeters, and those sides that are the tallest here, they reach about 37 centimeters, or this is 12 inches plus 2, so it's about 24 inches. So, and of course, depending on the tension, depending on the yarn, this measurement can change, but that's just a nice little shopping bag, so the size can vary. There is no stretch whatsoever in that type of yarn. It's even quite rough, and I can even sometimes feel that fibers or that roughness, even those materials that they used entangled into the yarn. And it's quite an interesting to work with this. So those fibers, it says, are grown in the US, but it's made in Turkey, the yarn. And it actually is recommended a crochet hook of 5.5. I did use 5 millimeters. Then for the strap, I used 375 because it gave it too much of a stretch. So I wanted less. And to make it a dense fabric compared to 5 millimeters here on the side and a little bit denser in the middle of the strap, that's due to the smaller hook for that I used. And for the rest of it, I used 5 millimeters hook, and it worked just fine for me. Since my tension is a little bit looser, that helps a lot. It's not soft, the bag is not soft, but it feels very very nice to the touch. And I think even there's a little bit a different feeling of the beige color to the green color, and it's probably the dye or the color they used to make it green. Okay, then let's get started. Let's start with our bag. So for the base, we will have a foundation chain, and then the first row will be just double crochets, but we're gonna go on both sides of the foundation chain. So if you look closely here, This is our beginning. And then on both sides, we will go in a circle. We will start with our double crochets, and then the next round will be just doing granny clusters. I started here with 42 chains and then 2 more for the first double crochet. And then I just went in each stitch of the foundation chain. And that's, I'm not gonna do 42 altogether, but I will just show the beginning. So here we are. And the first, that foundation chain, I really start really loosely. So I work with a 5mm hook, but I really chain it really loosely. And my stitches are not even. So there we go. Let's start with few and then chain 2 for my first double crochet, and then in each stitch I will do just double crochets. So in that last chain I will do 1 more double crochet. And now I will continue going back into that next double crochet here, next chain. So each chain will get actually 2 double crochets. The one will be the front of the bag and the other one will be for the back of the bag. All right, so here we are. One more stitch here, and I will be able to close my round. So there I am. And I already have that first stitch here with my chain, and I'll count them like they're in the same stitch. So I will just close my round here. I'll go into the top of the chain. I'll slip stitch, and I have formed my mini bag here. So now I will slip stitch into that first spot here because I want to make my first granny cluster into that corner. Go into that space, chain 2, and then put 2 double crochets for your first cluster, your first granny cluster. Then skip 3 stitches, and into that space of that skipped stitches you put your next granny cluster, which is 3 double crochets, and then you skip 3, and then you go all around till you come to the beginning of your round. And this will go for 23 rounds. But if you want to get the number of the granny clusters here, you're gonna have 28 granny clusters here on the at the body of your bag. And I ran out of yarn, so I will be using 2 colors for my bag. So after 23 rounds, we reach the place where we're gonna put the handles on. And in order to get the handles on top, we will build the sides taller here. So we already have the bag is a rectangle. So we're gonna find the middle of the rectangle in the front and the middle of the rectangle in the back, having exactly the same number of granny clusters on both sides. So here is my middle, and when I attached my new yarn from the middle, and I went back and forth, decreasing each time till I reach 3 granny clusters on top. So now I'll do the same thing on this side. And when it's time to go to the next round, I just did slip stitches here and was able to decrease this way. So I'm getting my new yarn for my other side. I'll do a slip stitch here, and I'll go directly into the next empty spot here, and I'll do a chain. I'll tighten my stitch, and I'm ready for the chain. I will carry my tail in the back, and I don't have to weave it in later. So here are my 2 double crochets, which with the chain counts as 3 double crochets. Then I'll go into the next space, and then I will keep going till I reach the last empty space on the other side of my bag, till I reach here. So here I am at the last double crochet here into my last space. Right, so now I will turn my work, and I'll be working actually from the inside of the bag. So there. Where is my working yarn? It's hiding behind. There it is. Okay, now I will go into that. I want to get over here into that empty spot. And for that, I will go under the stitches and I'll do a slip stitch. Over here 1 time, 2 times, and into that empty space, I'll go 1 more time. Do a slip stitch there. And this also gives a little firmness to the side of the bag. And then I'll chain 2 and do 2 double crochets there. And I'll keep going till the end, where I'll do the same thing. I'll slip stitch my first granny cluster, and I'll keep going. And I'll do that till I only have 3 granny clusters left. All right, so here both of my sides reached 3 granny clusters, and now I will just keep going with 9 double crochets, the length of the strap I want to do. So I just want it to fit comfortably around my around my shoulder, but if you wanted to make it like crossbody, you definitely can make it longer. So chain 2, and into the next stitch we go and just do double crochets. So I should have 9 double crochets at the end, or 8 plus 1, and that will be my whole strap. And since this yarn is not stretchy, I'm not worried much that the length can get too long. And then if I want to, I can put an extra fabric under it to make it non-stretchable even more. So let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, and of course I have the chain that I need to go into that as well. So now I have 9 double crochets. I turn, chain 2 for my first double crochet, and then I go into the next stitch for a total of 9 double crochets. And when I'm done with the other side, I will just sew that to the beginning here, to that three granny clusters here, and that will be my strap. All right, so I'm all done with this side, and I'm ready to just connect both sides now. So I'll cut my yarn, and here is my strap. I measured around my shoulder. It fits perfectly, but if you want like a little measurement here, this is from the point of my granny clusters, of my last row of granny clusters. I did, without stretching it, I did about 9 inches. Little, tiny little less than 9 inches. And now I'm ready to connect it to the other side. Here's my last loop. Okay. So there, make sure it's not twisted. I have my both ends here. I'll just tie them together. So here they are. And my needles. All done. All right, so here is my bag. All right, and the strap is not twisted. That was the last check. And there it is, all ready for shopping. So this project is very quick and easy to make. It also will make a great Mother's Day gift. So I hope you enjoy this little tutorial. I wish you good luck with crocheting it. And I hope you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Have a great day and happy crocheting!